Yo, guys, it's me, K9S Bruce, and KiraFlax. We are going to be giving you guys advice on how to deal with the feeling when you're about to rage. When you're about to throw your controller, or you want to hit somebody in the face, or you want to talk some toxic shit, you want to say something after a match. Um, we're gonna give you guys some advice on how to deal with the feeling, not how you get there, but the exact feeling when you're about to just explode. So, Kevin, what you got?
Well, I just want to first say that, as a person who has definitely been on this journey for quite a while, um, I do feel a technique that has definitely worked for me. Um, Actually, of course, it's very simple going outside. But the thing about going outside is, you could even take a walk, go back to your car. You could even write about what has happened to you during that time. You could talk to yourself about um, the whole experience and all those feelings that are in you. Basically, it's all about discovering what works for you, in my opinion. And definitely part of what worked for me is going outside.
Yeah, so finding what works for you is the biggest thing here. So the biggest thing is that you have to find everyone's different, right? So for some people, going and listening to music will work for them, or talking to their significant other will calm them down. Talking to their best friend will calm some people down. Sometimes someone doesn't want to talk to anyone; they want to go outside and go for a walk and listen to music, or just go for a walk and listen to everything going around them. Some people have breathing techniques that help them ground themselves in their shoes. But a big step to accepting what happens, either when you lose in game or whatever, is acknowledging your opponent. Acknowledging that what they did and what is. Because when you acknowledge what is or what they did, it helps you stay like level headed. Like, okay, this is just what's happening. And you stay okay with the reality that's happening, and you go with it. you know as people that have been prone to rage, me and Kevin, um a big thing for us is that we're learning this right now too. So we're trying to help you guys. By the way, we don't have all the answers, but we've been learning a lot about this and how to deal with it, and we've definitely talked to each other about it. So we're here to try to help you guys and give you guys some insight on how to deal with these things. So,
Yeah.
Kevin, can you touch up on like acknowledging your opponent, and what else did
Uh,
you have to say?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's super important to acknowledge your opponent, because you don't want to hold on to your rage for too long. The faster you kind of deal with that, the better, definitely. Because we all want to grow, we always want to come back better, and in acknowledging your opponent, um, definitely it can take you out of that mindset and put you into a hey, what can I learn from all this? How can I grow? How can I take the situation of where I lost in tournament and apply it to my training so I can come back stronger? And a lot of those times when we're in those rage modes and if we keep those feelings there, the longer we keep it there, the more that we're keeping ourselves from those realizations.
The more that the more we keep ourselves there, the less like everyone's gonna keep passing you. Like everyone's gonna
Oh,
keep growing.
you don't want that.
Not only do you not want to focus on that, but you want to stay focused on yourself, of course. But like this is what this does, and in competition, you need to be able to keep up. It's like school. It's like showing up to late to school in the beginning of the year, and you're
Yeah.
behind for whatever reason. The point is like being behind sucks. So you want to keep yourself in a good level head to where you're still learning all the time, and blindly raging hurts that. So instead of blindly raging, if you are prone to rage and you just rage a lot and you have inherent anger or whatever, and you get angry and you notice it, using that rage to your advantage is the key. So right now, most people that are prone to rage, from what I've seen, have a double-edged sword. Sometimes, most of the time, that rage pulls them down, but sometimes that rage pulls them up. But there is a way to where you can always use the rage to your advantage, and that's the key. So the goal, right, is to never get to the point where you feel like raging. You're just always level-headed, which is nearly impossible, but you're always level-headed and going towards growing. And then the other part is to, when you get to that rage, use it as fuel to grow and stay focused. So
Yeah.
something that's happened to me, I'll give you guys an example, is I lost round one at a tournament at a hat. And then I went from round one all the way to grand finals and won because I had that anger and that rage. I used it to my advantage, and it helped me stay focused during the tournament, and it helped me stay on point. You know, because things happen sometimes. So, Kevin, what do you got?
Well, I would also say another technique is something that you brushed upon just a little bit, but also like mental exercises as well also works.
Yeah.
I feel, such as deep breathing, just controlled breathing. I've seen like YouTube videos that just definitely helps me to keep my self-awareness, because there's sometimes where we actually just kind of don't even realize that we're in that mode, that rage mode, and we don't realize that we're using it in a negative way. Sometimes we're rude to people. Sometimes, well, of course, just like we mentioned before, it just keeps you in your head and not really knowing how to move forward to grow. So keeping a self-awareness through a lot of mental exercises is also a great technique to use.
Yes. So some of the biggest things we've touched upon are finding what works for you, finding whether you need to go outside, whether you need to talk to someone, finding that thing that works for you when you're about to rage, the feeling when you're about to rage, finding what works for you. Go Hulk. And
yes,
acknowledging your opponent, acknowledging that they won, not necessarily acknowledging that you lost, acknowledging that they won and what you can do to get better. These things help. Acknowledging helps because you skip the process of having to try to go through these mental loops of accepting what happened. You just accept what happened right then and there. So that's a big thing. And then also using your rage to your advantage if you get to that point. Using it to as your Wolverine, as your fucking, I'm gonna do something good with this. You know, Wolverine didn't always do good, but he's tight anyways. But
yeah, when you're about to go Hulk, just remember what happened to Hulk in the Avengers movie when he got mad. That didn't work out.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, just always don't think about rage always as something bad, of course, and just utilize it to the way that works for you, and deal with it in your own way, not a negative way, please.
Yeah, from experience, we hope
Promise.
we hope that you guys use it as something that can definitely benefit you, because it's not always a bad thing. And